Hi, my name is Katura Hudson, and today I'll be covering the topic of festivalization and how this trend is making an impact on the event planning industry. Festivalization is starting to go beyond just music festivals. This approach is actually being used to create a more lively guest experience for attendees at meetings and conventions. I was reading an article by Maritz Global Events called "How the Trend of Festivalization is Changing Events." The article went on to say that festivalization, this approach, is actually redefining the experiences of conferences and other events that typically didn't use this approach in the past. There are two facts that I took from the article that really resonated with me. One of them was that in today's society, we're actually more geared towards events that create experiences that allow us to document and share. And what makes us want to document and share? Things that are engaging, things that are different, things that just create an overall immersive experience. And we typically like to document and share these things through social media platforms. Another fact was that festivalization, this approach actually allows events to maximize the learning potential for their guests. Then it went on to say that positive experiences bring out emotions and build connections. Bringing out emotions, positive ones hopefully, and also building connections is something that brands and employers can most definitely take advantage of if taking part in this festivalization approach, because it allows the brand to feel more personable to the consumers, and it truly does create that connection, and it allows hopefully the start of something great, I guess, for that brand or employer. I then went on to read an article about how festivalization is influencing meetings by Darren Lim. It stated that the goal is to include experiences that resonate and appeal to the target audience in order to get them engaged. The article then went on to use an example of a convention that was able to appeal to that target audience, resonate, and engage with them. China Joy is an annual digital entertainment expo hosted in Shanghai. They're very successful in this festivalization approach, and I'll tell you what. I mean, based on the examples that they use in the article, they utilize a lot of technology and the ability to exhibit companies that interact directly with the consumers allows for a high level of engagement with the attendees. And again, it just goes back to that last article stating, positive experiences, bringing out emotions, and building connections. And China Joy does exactly that. The pros of this, I think there are many pros to the festivalization approach that I absolutely love. Who doesn't want to make an event more interactive, more engaging, more memorable? Just taking things to the next level to really create a fun experience for your guests. That's important always. And there are of course downsides to this. One thing for sure is that the festivalization approach can't be applied to every event and every situation. That's one thing, because this is a tricky approach in a sense, because you have to consider who your target audience is. Why are we gathering in this place to begin with? Will your target audience take well to these festival factors that are being incorporated into your event? Sometimes no, most times hopefully yes. But the downside of this overall is just that you have to be very intentional and careful in planning this, because if you decide to go with this approach and your target audience is just not here for it, you're gonna not even have much return on your investments for your event, and that's gonna be super sad. Overall, I think the festivalization is a really cool trend that is starting to gain a lot more momentum in the event planning industry, and I can't wait to see all that comes of it in the future, and all the innovation, new ideas, and all that jazz that can come with it. And yeah, and I'd just like to thank you all for taking the time to watch my video. Like, comment, subscribe if you would like, comments down below. And yeah, thank you for tuning in.